Yo, what's going on? For those of you who don't know, my name is Justin Murray. I am a professional masculinity coach. It's my job to enhance a man's physical, mental, and resourceful nature. Alongside me, I got my brother,
Chris Joseph.
And we are two grown damn men. Let's go. 5 ways to know she's for you. These are 5 things that we've come up with together where we know for men, if you know that she's done these 5 things, you can pretty much count on that she's going to be a good selection to make your girlfriend, moving forward towards your wife. First initial thing, does she make an initial investment? And that's not necessarily money. Does she smile at you? Does she make eye contact? Does she compliment you? So does she say, "Oh dang, I like your feel. I like your haircut." Something that lets you know, "Hey, I'm interested in you. Start talking to me." Essentially, right. Does she give that off? If she doesn't give that off, if she is all about the first initial investment that you make into her, fellas, that's not the one that you want.
That's also like a sense of pride too, because if you're a man that's not prideful and you can be humble, you want a woman that can be humble as well. Like there's lots of women who are really beautiful, really pretty, and even though you're handsome as a man, she may not tell you, or she may think, "Oh, if I let him know how good he looks, it's gonna make me feel like I'm, in need of him, or like I'm chasing him." So don't ever, I think, get with a woman who's like too prideful or can't, like you said, give that warm feeling,
Right, exactly. Number 2. Second way to know that a woman is invested in you, or at least that she's interested in you, does she respect your time and your money? This is one of the biggest ones for me. I know a lot of men struggle with this because they find themselves having to balance themselves between their woman and then their career, their lifestyle. So when we say respect time and money, what that means, that she trying to take you away from things you did that attracted you to her. So i.e. the gym, spending time with your family, spending time with your boys. If that's something that you did before her, you should be able to continue those things as long as they aren't, we're not talking about you like to go to the strip club. We're not talking about stuff like that. We're talking about things where you were already doing, they're things that you naturally did. You were going to church, wherever it may be. Does she respect that? Does she respect your money? Is she always asking you or encourage you to not go to work, to take time off, to go to take PTO time? If a woman is doing these things, bro, she's not for you, because I guarantee you 2 or 3 months into doing that, she's going to ask you, "Oh, let's go out. Let's go. Can we go do this?" And you're going to be looking at stuff like, "I done took all this PTO, this time off. I didn't, I'm not working the OT.
Ain't no bread for that now. We got to chill."
Exactly. Before you met me, you was working 20 hours overtime. After you meet her, now you working your normal 36, 40 hours a week. That's not the woman for you, fellas. Thirdly, access to her body and her mind. I don't care what any woman says, what age they are. There is a social contract between man and women. What women get, what women provide and what men provide are 2 completely different things.
100%.
I'm not saying one's more equal than the other, one's better than the other, but that's just what we naturally provide. When you and a woman get into a relationship, she's supposed to give you sole access to her attention, body, and mind.
Not to cut you off, but that's when you're in a relationship, right? So when you're just dating, she's not obliged to give that to you.
She's not obligated.
That's the vetting process. But like you said, once you guys...
Hold on. Say that again, bro. say that again, please. Make sure fellas understand what he just said. If she's not yours, if you have not physically made her your girl, and for women too, she is not obligated to give you her body or her mind.
And if we're going back to the days where things were, especially in the black community, the families were stronger. It really wasn't until marriage, to be honest. But we're in the modern day, we have to adjust. So now, if you're not really committed to her as a boyfriend and you don't want to make her yours, she's not obliged to give you her body or her mind. But once she is your girl, there has to be a clear line of communication. Like you can't be holding out once I made you mine. Meanwhile, when I wasn't yours, I was busting it down every couple of days, every day, really. So
exactly. So there has to be a level of consistency,
right?
Too, because a lot of, and that's a whole nother podcast. Right? Does she let you have control over her body when you're with her and when you're not with her. So when she goes out with her friends to go to brunch, all this other kind of stuff, is she showing more of her body like she normally does, or is she kind of covering herself up a little bit more out of respect for you? Is she posting herself? It's when we all know women gonna have an Instagram. Not like you're gonna be able to get rid of that. Every man has probably tried it and that got shut down real quick. But was she, before she met you, was she posting videos of her twerking, all the other kind of stuff, booty pics, whatever? Did she, when she gets with you, does she naturally cut those things off and stop doing that? Or do you have to try and convince her to tell her this is what, like you really disrespecting me by doing that? Because you're leaving doors open that should be closed.
Exactly.
So third, access to body and mind. Fourth thing, does she add value to your life? A lot of women think that if they having sex with, if they sexing, if they send you a couple flicks every once in a while, to be honest, a lot of women think that oral sex is some kind of magical thing. If they just happen to do it, that they're fulfilling their social contract between man and women. That's not the case. When we talk about adding value, does she cook for you? Does she prepare your lunch for the next day? Is she taking out your clothes or your shirts or picking out some your attire for work the next day? Does she kiss you before she goes to work and when you get home? That's a very big thing that people do, that women do. A lot of women do not do. I'm trying to tell you.
And that's kind of like next level too. That's when you guys really pass the dating stage. But just to touch back on what you said previously about the women holding off on sex. So I have my own podcast, it's Keys by Kim, and we talk about sexual.
Y'all go check that out.
Yeah.
My man's got a lot of
Keys by Kim, KEYSKEM, sexual healing and maintenance and spiritual growth for men. And a lot of what I talk about is semen retention and how to kind of like have sexual discipline. So, if a girl's holding off sex on you, she obviously thinks that you need that pussy, when really you don't need it. And I'm sorry for using the word pussy, but like, if you can go into a relationship and you don't really like force yourself sexually with her, she's gonna be like, wow, like this guy's not really pressing me for sex. Meanwhile, like later when you guys get into that serious relationship, she can't really use the sex on you because she knows from the jump, I was the one that had to initiate a lot of the stuff.
Bro, to be real, a lot of women use sex as ammo.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If you take away that ammo and say, I don't care about your sex. Because like again, most women think that sex is their input. That's the value that they're bringing to the relationship. I'm bringing you good sex. If you take that away and show that means absolutely nothing, there's nothing she can hold over your head. Right. Thing number 5, or step number 5, way to tell that a woman is for you. Does a woman bring you peace? And I think that's one of the main
wife traits.
That's one of the biggest. I think it's, to be honest with you, I think it's one of the biggest of all 5. Because if she brings you peace, she's going to do all of these things. It's kind of like
100%.
It's the same way for those of you who are Christians. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. If you do that one thing, it's going to encompass all the other things that deal with Christianity. So, does she bring you peace? Does she have to be right every single time, even if she's wrong? If you're in an argument and you are dead right, and she knows that the argument is going left, if she knows that and she's okay with stopping the argument, that's just like my girl right now. If we're having an argument, she will literally stop the argument just so we can stop arguing. That's how I know she bring me peace. Right. Because I know me.
She picks the right arguments.
Right. She picks the right arguments.
There was an article about that too I read today. Yeah. Like, if a wife is a good wife, she will pick and choose when to argue. She's not gonna nag about like the dishes, the toilet seat being up 20 minutes. She'll pick the right arguments. So.
Exactly. And it's something that definitely needs I think. In order to fix that for the women that struggle with that need to be right, that takes therapy. It takes time to
self-reflection.
Self-reflection. It takes a lot of work. So those are our 5 steps to tell for fellas that a woman loves you, a woman likes you, she's interested in you. Initial investment, respect, time, and money, access to her body, her mind. Does she add value? And does she bring you peace?
That's the main one.
It's Grown Damn Man Podcast. Like, subscribe, share, all that. We out.